Imagine you were in a courtroom. There is a judge sitting high up on the bench, and there is a defendant standing nervously down below. The judge asks the questions. The defendant answers them. The judge holds all the power. The defendant holds none. Now, look at your daily life. Every single day, you are voluntarily walking into that courtroom and standing in the defendant's box. You do this every time you answer a trap question designed to make you justify yourself. Someone asks you, "Why are you so quiet today?" And you immediately scramble to explain, "Oh, I'm just tired, I didn't get enough sleep." Someone asks, "Why didn't you text me back?" And you apologize. "Sorry, I was so busy with work." Someone asks, "Why do you want to do that?" And you give them a 5-minute presentation on your reasons. Stop it. You are destroying your status. You are handing them the gavel and letting them judge you. Today we are going to learn one of the most important rules of psychological self-defense. Never answer a question that puts you on the defensive. Here is the mechanism you need to understand. In any social interaction, there is a hidden dynamic called the frame. The person asking the questions is holding the frame. They are the ones directing the flow. They are the ones demanding information. The person answering is the one submitting to that frame. When you rush to answer a probing or accusatory question, you are subcommunicating a deadly message. I need you to understand me. I need you to approve of my reasons. High-status people do not feel the need to be understood by everyone. They do not feel the need to explain their existence. The most dangerous question in the world is usually a variation of why, when a friend, a partner, or a boss asks, "Why did you do it that way?" In a skeptical tone, it is not a request for information. It is a dominance move. It is a trap. If you start explaining your logic, you have already lost. You have accepted their premise that your actions require justification. You are dancing for them. So, what do you do instead? You flip the script. You refuse to step into the witness box. Technique number 1 is called the reversal. Instead of answering the question, you question the intent behind it. If someone asks, "Why are you being so quiet?" do not give an excuse. Instead, look them in the eye and ask, "Why does it bother you?" Or simply, "Why do you ask?" Watch what happens. Suddenly, the pressure is off you and back on them. Now they have to explain themselves. Now they are the ones in the defendant's box. You have reclaimed the frame without being aggressive. You simply refuse to play their game. Technique number 2 is the fog. This is for when people try to bait you into an argument or criticize your choices. Let's say someone asks, "Why are you wearing that? It looks ridiculous." The weak person defends, "No, it's actually stylish. I like it because..." The strong person uses the fog. You simply agree with the possibility and move on. You say, "You might be right," and then you stay silent. Or you say, "That's an interesting opinion." By refusing to fight back, you give them nothing to push against. It is like trying to punch a cloud. They want a reaction. They want you to get defensive. When you don't, they look foolish, and you look untouchable. Technique number 3 is the non-answer. Sometimes people ask intrusive questions about your life, your money, or your plans. How much money do you make? Why are you still single? What are you doing this weekend? You do not owe these people data. The biggest mistake nice people make is thinking that a question creates an obligation to answer. It does not. You can simply smile and say, "I don't worry about that," or "I haven't thought about it," or even simpler, "That is personal." And then, this is key, go back to what you were doing. Do not look at them waiting for permission to stop talking. Just stop. This applies to your job, your relationships, and your family. The moment you stop justifying yourself is the moment you become an adult in the eyes of others. Children explain themselves to parents. Employees explain themselves to bosses. But a sovereign individual does not explain themselves to peers. If you made a decision, own it. You don't need to garnish it with excuses to make it palatable for others. So, here is your challenge. For the next few days, pay attention to the why trap. Catch yourself every time you feel the urge to explain your behavior. Catch yourself every time you start a sentence with "because" in a defensive tone. Swallow that excuse. Replace it with silence, a question, or a simple "I decided to." It will feel scary. You will feel exposed. But that exposure is actually power. You are standing on your own 2 feet, without the crutch of other people's approval. Stop acting like you were on trial for the crime of being alive. You are the judge. Start acting like it if you want to learn how to completely bulletproof your mind against manipulation. Hit that subscribe button. The world is full of traps. I will show you how to walk right through them.